Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, doing yet another beer. And the last beer that I got from my beerdrop.com crate. This one has a funny name. It says a beer of very little brain. Amber wheat lager from Fiction Brewing Company, beer company. 4.9 ABV. Very long description as far as the inspiration, although they do put the malt and hops on there, which is nice. So usually I would use a lager glass, but it's a 12-ounce can, so I'll use the glass. And yeah, it is what I would consider an amber color. Yeah, right on the money there. Oddly enough, it does not pour to much of a foam, especially considering it's got wheat in it. But all right, so I could smell it when I poured it, and it's funny because they're calling this an amber honey beer, and like it does have like a kind of a honey aroma to it. There's no actual honey in it other than like the malt is called honey malt just from like the color, and maybe it has like a essence of honey aroma and flavor to it. But yeah, I mean, it has like a sweet smell. I wouldn't call it diacetyl, but yeah, there is like a slight fruity ester there, slight honey. I don't really get the hops, but I mean, you really shouldn't. I'm not sure what style this would be considered, but I guess we could just go by 2B International Amber Lager. So let's dive in. Cheers. Yes, that actually is a pretty good example of an amber lager. It's got like a little bit of toast to it, a little bit of like caramel. I definitely get a slight weedy, bready sensation on there. Don't get me wrong, this is not like exactly a German Bock. It's not like that, balls out and rich and all that. Yeah, slightly bready, slightly honey. Yeah, like some real legit grain flavor in there, which is really interesting. What else did I say? So it just says wheat, Pilsner, honey. Yeah, I definitely get the Pilsner malt. And I get the wheat malt too. And like I said, there's kind of like a hint or an essence of like a honey flavor, but without the sweetness. I mean, this is only 4.9 ABV, so I mean, it's more of a, standard or table session strength. It's not exactly, a wheat wine or something like that. Probably call the mouthfeel medium, maybe medium light. It seems a little undercarbonated to me. I'd probably put it like medium low carbonation. I feel like this beer should be a little more crisp. And also like the lack of foam kind of, is like backs up my claim that it's low carbonation. Usually if it was like quite bubbly, it would, have like a lot of foam, or at least some. I'm trying to pick out those hops. I mean, there's like a real faint background character of like just kind of general earthy or spicy character, maybe floral. Not really familiar with CTZ that much. Yes, I mean, this beer, it's a fine lager. It's pretty tasty. It doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel or anything like that. But it's a nice, it's a nice lager for people that like lagers with more flavor than a macro. Yeah, it does have like a little bit of like a honey aftertaste, like slightly sweet. So, yeah, nice beer. Not blowing my mind, but I would say there's really nothing wrong with it. Well, I think it's a little undercarbonated and like a lack of foam. So, I'm gonna go 3.25 for this one. It's such a long name. I don't even give it a demerit for the long name, although the can is pretty cool. By the way, so I got this on Beer Drop. If you want to sign up with Beer Drop, use my link, tap that, takes you right to it. It's gonna apply a $10 off code off your first purchase, and lets them know that I sent you. All right, so that's the last of it for this Beer Drop box. Maybe I'll do a review comparing this to Tavor. Who knows? But as always, if you watch all the way to the end, you know you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.